4 days away from my birthday, and I am seriously considering scorching the earth on my husband's upcoming celebration, and I honestly can't tell anymore if I'm justified or if sleep deprivation has finally turned me into a petty monster. My name's Sarah, I'm 31, and I've been married to Jake for 6 years. We have 2 kids now, our son Michael, who's 4, and our daughter Emma, who just turned 2 months old. On paper, we're doing fine. Jake works in construction management, I'm on maternity leave from my job as a dental hygienist, and we live in a modest 3-bedroom house that my dad helped us buy 5 years ago. From the outside, we probably look like we have it all figured out. But lately, I've been wondering if I'm living with a partner or just another person I have to take care of. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel. It really encourages us to keep bringing you exciting stories like this. Let's continue. It wasn't always like this. When Jake and I first got together, he was thoughtful in small ways. He'd remember that I liked my coffee with exactly 2 sugars, or he'd pick up my favorite candy bar when he stopped for gas. Nothing extravagant, but it felt like he saw me. After Michael was born, things got busier, more stressful, but we managed. We were a team. Then, somewhere along the way, I can't even pinpoint exactly when, the effort just stopped. At least on his end. The problems didn't start overnight. They accumulated slowly, like dust you don't notice until suddenly everything looks dingy. Last year's birthday was the spatula incident. I try not to be materialistic, I really do. I don't need expensive jewelry or designer bags, but when your husband hands you a kitchen spatula for your birthday, not even a nice one, just a basic plastic one from Target, it stings. When I told him I was hurt, that a spatula felt more like a household item than a gift, he got defensive. You said the old one was wearing out. I thought I was being practical. I tried to explain that practical is fine for Tuesday, but your wife's birthday deserves at least 5 minutes of thought about what would make her feel special. We fought about it for days. He eventually apologized, said he'd do better. I believed him. Christmas was 2 months ago. Emma was only a few weeks old. I was running on maybe 3 hours of sleep a night. My body was still recovering from childbirth, and I was drowning in the fog of new motherhood all over again. I'd still managed to get Jake a nice watch he'd been eyeing, a new drill set for his projects, and a massage gift certificate so he could relax. Christmas morning, after Michael opened his presents, Jake handed me a wrapped box with this proud smile on his face. I thought, okay, maybe he learned his lesson. Maybe this year he actually tried. I unwrapped it carefully, Emma sleeping against my shoulder. Inside was a box of size 3 diapers. I stared at it. "Is there something else?" I asked quietly. "What do you mean? Emma's almost grown out of the 2s. I figured you'd need these soon. Pretty thoughtful, right?" Michael was watching us, confused by the tension. I forced a smile, said thank you, and excused myself to go feed the baby. I sat in the nursery and cried silently while Emma nursed, trying to understand how my husband thought diapers were an appropriate Christmas gift for his wife. When I confronted him later, after Michael went to bed, Jake got irritated. "What's the problem? We need diapers. It's expensive. I saved you the trouble." "It's supposed to be a gift, Jake. Something for me. Not for the house, not for the kids, for me." "You're being ungrateful. Do you know how much diapers cost?" That conversation went nowhere. I dropped it because I was too exhausted to fight. Understanding the current situation requires knowing about the house project. About a year ago, Jake and I decided we needed to replace the flooring throughout our house. The carpet was old when we moved in, stained and worn, and with a toddler and a baby on the way, we wanted something easier to clean. My dad, bless him, had connections with a flooring supplier and managed to get us luxury vinyl planks at cost, basically free for the amount we needed. The catch was we'd have to install it ourselves. Jake was confident he could handle it. He said, "How hard can it be?" Turns out, pretty hard when you're trying to do it room by room while living in the house. He started with Emma's room over the summer while I was pregnant. It took him 3 weekends. The room looked great when he finished, and I thought, okay, we can do this. Then he did Michael's room in October, literally a week before Emma was born. I'd been having Braxton Hicks holding furniture with him, 9 months pregnant and sweating. For Christmas, my dad bought Jake his own miter saw. A nice one too, about $400, specifically so he could finish our house and stop borrowing my dad's tools. My dad even wrote in the card, looking forward to seeing the finished house. But months passed. Emma was born in late October. It's now early February, and we still have our bedroom, the hallway, and the living room to do. Our bedroom has been the priority because that's where we spend the most time, but Jake kept putting it off. "I'll get to it," he'd say, and then spend Saturday watching football or Sunday working on his truck. I took it upon myself to handle the painting at least. I'm not great at it, but I'm thorough. I painted the nursery a soft yellow, Michael's room a cheerful blue, and I've been planning a calm sage green for our bedroom. This past Monday, we finally committed to doing our bedroom. Jake had a 3-day weekend coming up, and we decided to just bite the bullet and get it done. That meant emptying the entire room. Bed frame, dressers, nightstands, all our clothes, everything. Our house looked like a disaster zone. The queen mattress ended up on the living room floor because we had nowhere else to put it. Our dressers lined the hallway, garbage bags full of clothes were piled in corners. We'd moved the couch into the garage to make space. There was literally nowhere to sit except kitchen chairs or the floor mattress. I'd been sleeping on that mattress for 3 nights by the time Wednesday rolled around. Emma wakes up twice a night still, and getting up and down from a floor mattress while sleep-deprived is its own special kind of torture. Wednesday evening, Jake was moving the last of the bedroom furniture while I fed Emma. He suddenly said, "Wow, all this work for your birthday gift." I looked up from the baby. "Excuse me? What gift?" He gestured around. "All this, the flooring in our bedroom. Pretty nice birthday present, right?" I felt something cold settle in my stomach. "Jake, the flooring is not a birthday gift. This is a home improvement project we've been planning for a year. We're doing this for us, for our family. This is like claiming taking out the trash is a Valentine's Day present." He shrugged. "Still a lot of work. But don't worry, I'll still do dinner for you. We can invite your mom and my family over and I'll cook. What do you want me to make?" And there it was, the same pattern. Take something that should be about me and make it about everyone else. "I would like," I said carefully, "a quiet birthday dinner. You, me, Michael, and Emma. Longhorn Steakhouse. Come home, watch a movie together. That's it. That's all I want." "Nah, that's boring. I'll cook here." "Jake, the house is torn apart. We're literally sleeping on the floor. We hosted Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm done hosting. And besides, I don't want to spend my birthday watching you and your brother drink beer while I entertain everyone and watch all the kids." That last part was based on experience. Jake's brother Tom has 2 kids, ages 3 and 6, and whenever Tom comes over, it turns into Jake and Tom drinking in the garage or living room, while I somehow end up responsible for 4 children. Tom's wife usually doesn't come, their marriage has its own issues, so it falls to me. "I'll cook at home," Jake insisted. "Just tell me what you want." I sighed. "Fine, steak, mashed potatoes, and green beans." Here's the thing. Jake can't make mashed potatoes. Either he undermixes them so they're lumpy or overmixes them so they're gluey. He also boils green beans to mush, and I like mine fresh, sautéed with olive oil, garlic, and herbs. If I wanted them done right, I'd have to make them myself. On my birthday. "We're not doing steak," he said immediately. "Too expensive if the whole family comes. I'll do chicken." "For my birthday, I do not want people over." I was raising my voice now, and Emma startled in my arms. "Why are you being so selfish? It's just dinner." "Selfish? Selfish? Jake, I pushed a human being out of my body 2 months ago. I'm up every night with the baby. I painted 3 rooms while pregnant and postpartum. I hosted your entire family for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I want one quiet dinner for my birthday, and you're calling me selfish?" "Fine, do whatever you want for your birthday." He said it in that tone, that dismissive, "I'm done with this conversation" tone that meant he was going to do exactly what he wanted anyway. I walked away before I said something I'd regret. That night, after the kids were asleep, I lay on the floor mattress and thought about last year's birthday. The spatula wasn't even the worst part. Jake had ordered a tres leches cake from a local Mexican bakery, my favorite kind of cake. But when we cut into it, I discovered he'd ordered it with peaches. I hate peaches. The texture makes me gag. I've told him multiple times over the years. I like peaches, he said when I pointed it out. I figured we'd both enjoy it this way. But it's my birthday cake. It's cake, Sarah. Just eat around them. To add insult to injury, my name was spelled wrong on top. Sarah instead of Sarah. He thought it was hilarious. I didn't eat a single piece of my own birthday cake. Thursday morning, I had a realization. You know how they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results? That was me with Jake's birthdays. For his last birthday, I'd gotten him a new fishing rod he'd mentioned wanting, made his favorite dinner, homemade lasagna, which takes hours, and gotten him a nice bourbon. I'd put thought into it. I'd tried. His birthday is February 17th, just 6 days after mine on the 11th, close enough that they're basically the same week. A few months ago, back in December before the diaper incident, I'd made reservations at this indoor golf simulator place called Golf Lounge. Jake had mentioned it several times, how cool it looked, how he wanted to try it. I'd also made reservations at this upscale steakhouse he likes for afterwards. The whole thing was going to cost $300, which we could afford, but it was a stretch. Now, laying there on the floor mattress in my destroyed living room, still furious about the birthday conversation, I started to wonder, why am I doing this? Why am I putting thought and money and effort into making Jake's birthday special when he can't even give me the basic respect of listening to what I want for mine? Friday, Jake acted like nothing had happened. He came home from work, played with Michael, held Emma for 10 minutes, then started scrolling on his phone. Around dinner, I tried once more. Jake, I really need you to hear me about my birthday. I don't want a big thing. I just want it to be the four of us. I heard you, but my family will be offended if we don't include them. Tom already said he wants to come over. You already invited him? Jake, I specifically said, he's my brother, Sarah. What was I supposed to do? Tell him no? Yes, it's my birthday. Michael ran out of the room upset by the yelling. I went after him, soothed him, got him ready for bed. By the time I came back, Jake had already texted his mom and Tom, confirming Sarah's birthday dinner at our place. I saw the messages when I picked up his phone to plug it in. He'd left it unlocked on the counter. My hands shook as I read them. His mom had responded with, "Wonderful, what can I bring?" Tom had sent a thumbs up and, "I'll bring beer." He'd done it. He'd completely ignored everything I said and invited his family anyway. Saturday, my best friend Lauren came over to help me paint the bedroom. She took one look at the chaos, the mattress on the living room floor, the furniture everywhere, my probably slightly unhinged expression, and said, "Okay, what happened?" I told her everything while we taped off the trim. The diapers for Christmas, the spatula last year, the birthday cake with peaches and my name spelled wrong, the flooring as a gift, Jake inviting his family after I explicitly said no. Lauren stopped painting and stared at me. "Sarah, this isn't normal. You know that, right?" "I mean, all marriages have issues." "No. Listen to me. My husband isn't perfect, but if he told me I wanted a quiet birthday and he invited his entire family against my wishes, we'd have a serious problem. This is about respect. Jake doesn't respect you. He's not good at gifts. Some people aren't. It's not about gifts. It's about listening. It's about seeing you as a person with wants and needs, not just, I don't know, the person who takes care of everything while he does whatever he wants." I wanted to argue, but I couldn't. She was right. Later that day, I called my mom. She was more measured in her response, but equally concerned. "Honey, you sound exhausted. When's the last time Jake helped with the night feedings?" "He has work in the morning." "You're on maternity leave, not a vacation. And even if you weren't, you both made these children. Why is all the nighttime stuff falling on you?" I didn't have a good answer. "And this birthday situation," Mom continued, "if you want my honest opinion, Jake is being thoughtless at best and manipulative at worst. Inviting people after you said no, that's not okay. And if he goes through with it, you have every right to leave." "Leave?" "Mom, I can't just leave. That's so dramatic." "Why not? Go to a hotel. Come here. Make it clear you're serious. Otherwise, he's going to keep walking all over you." Sunday night, I couldn't sleep. Emma was actually sleeping for once, a miracle 3-hour stretch. But I lay there staring at the ceiling of our partially painted bedroom, thinking. Was I overreacting? A lot of wives don't get fancy birthdays. At least Jake was offering to cook, right? And his family isn't terrible. His mom is actually pretty sweet, even if she coddles Jake too much. Tom can be annoying, but he's not evil. Maybe I was being selfish. Maybe after years of marriage, birthdays just aren't that big a deal anymore. Maybe I needed to grow up and stop caring so much about one day a year. But then I thought about the pattern. The spatula, the peach cake, the diapers, the flooring as a gift. It wasn't really about the birthday. It was about the constant feeling that my needs, my wants, my feelings didn't matter as much as everyone else's. I thought about what I'd done for Jake's birthday, the reservations I'd made, the money I'd spent. I'd wanted to make him feel special, celebrated, seen. Did he want that from me? Did he care if I felt seen? Monday morning, I opened my laptop and found Reddit. I'd lurked on AITA before, mostly reading stories that made me feel better about my own life. Now, here I was, typing out my own story, wondering if I was the villain in my own marriage. The nuclear option. Tuesday, I made a decision. I logged into my email and looked up the confirmation numbers for Jake's birthday reservations. Gulf Lounge had a 48-hour cancellation policy for a full refund. The restaurant would give me back my deposit if I canceled at least 72 hours in advance. His birthday was the 17th, a week from Wednesday. I had time. I drafted a cancellation email but didn't send it. Instead, I went to Target and bought a box of diaper wipes, the big Costco-sized box. I took a photo of my painted bedroom wall, sage green, 2 coats, beautiful, even though my shoulders ached from the work. I pictured myself writing a card, "Happy birthday, I painted the house for you." The pettiness of it felt both terrible and satisfying. Would I really do it? Could I really cancel his birthday plans, give him diaper wipes, and leave the house on my birthday if he went through with his family dinner? Part of me screamed that this was too far, that I was being vindictive and cruel. That's not who I am. I'm not a mean person. I don't do revenge. But another part of me, a part that's been growing louder over the past year, whispered that maybe it's not revenge. Maybe it's just showing Jake exactly how his actions feel. Maybe it's the only way to make him understand. It's now Friday, February 7th. My birthday is Wednesday. I have 4 days to decide. Jake still thinks his golf outing and nice dinner are happening next week. He mentioned it yesterday, excited about finally trying the Gulf Lounge. I smiled and nodded and said nothing. His family still thinks they're coming over for my birthday. Jake has been planning the menu, chicken, apparently, with sides I'll probably end up making anyway. I've been going back and forth in my mind constantly. In the morning, I think, just let it go. It's one birthday, don't make waves. By afternoon, I'm furious all over again. By evening, I'm exhausted and can't think straight. Lauren texted me this morning, "Whatever you decide, I support you, but you deserve better than this." My mom called last night and offered to come get me on my birthday if I want. "You and the kids can come here. I'll make you dinner, we'll watch whatever you want, and Jake can figure out how to explain to his family why his wife isn't at her own birthday party." The cancellation email is still in my drafts. The diaper wipes are hidden in my closet. The card is written, but unsigned. Part of me knows that if I go through with this, canceling his birthday reservations that I worked hard to plan and pay for, leaving the house on my birthday after telling him repeatedly that I don't want his family over, and giving him a box of diaper wipes with a card about painting the house, I'd be the asshole. Or would I just be someone who's had enough? So, am I the asshole?